Welcome back, students. Master Spleen in the building. I really hope you had a great Unova event and you were successful grinding some mons that we highlighted in our previous video. I'm especially curious to know if you hatched Emolga, because I have hatched several 5 kilometers eggs. I'm still looking for Emolga, so I'm really wondering if it was not just a legend that Emolga was in 5 kilometers eggs. In today's video, we are going to focus to the next event that is going to be dedicated to Sinnoh's Pokemon, and that will take place from the 12th of January from 10 AM local time until the 17th of January 8 PM your local time. So you will find just down here an infographic of the mons that are going to spawn more frequently in the wild. As well, you will find an infographic just here of the mons that are going to hatch more frequently from 5 kilometer eggs. And keep in mind as well that you have some tasks, some special research tasks that are going to focus on the mons of the event. Especially one of them is going to be, will allow you to have as a reward a Sheldon, so that could be interesting. We don't know yet the quest, but stay tuned because that could be an interesting quest. So if we focus on this Sinnoh event, what are the mons that you should focus on from a PvP standpoint? I'm going to cover the 10 mons, in my opinion, that are worth it, going from an alphabetical order, so it's not going to be, let's say, the top priorities mon at the beginning, but from alphabetical order. The first mon we are going to focus on is Bidoof and his evolution Bibarel. So if you just played the Holiday Cup, you saw that Bibarel can be a massive wall to some popular ghost types such as Alolan Marowak or Frostlass, for example. For the Great League, you should look for the IV 01413, that is the rank 1. And it's a very interesting mon because you have several IV dependent matchups. So from some matchups you should look for a very good high stat product, and for other matchup you should look at attack breakpoints on your Bibarel. Those matchups, they are Bastiodon, Stunfisk, Unova Stunfisk, Swampert, Wormadam Trash, and Whiscash. So I really advise you to try to look for IVs, so good PvP IVs, and as well IVs that could allow you to win those matchups that could be interesting for you in future Silph Cups or in the future Gibble Cup. The second mon we are going to cover is Bonsley. So very spice peak here, but with the increase to level 50 and 51, you can now run a level 51 Undo Bonsley in Great League. This allows you basically to pick all the matchups that Sudowoodo was picking up, but not Bonsley. Example given: Clefable, Garvantula, Lapras, Melmetal, Mew, Obstagoon, Vigoroth, Wigglytuff, and Zweilous. So those matchups now you can pick them up with a Bonsley level 51. And as well, it's important to just say here that the Sudowoodo rank 1 can pick Shiftry and Mandibuzz, but is going to lose to Wigglytuff in exchange. The third mon we are going to highlight is Bronzor. So Bronzor and his evolution Bronzong, if you remember correctly, Bronzor was the MVP of the Lidl Cup. For the Great League, you should look at 1-15-14, and this very good PvP IV Bronzor. Bronzong will allow you to pick the Dugong, the Lapras, and the Skarmory matchup. And you can even, depending on your opponent's Bastiodon IV, pick the Bastiodon matchup. So that could be an interesting pick to run in Open Great League. For the Ultra League, so you should go with a 13-15-14 at level 50, or if you want to go with a level 51 mon, an 11, 14, 15. So Bronzor is not going to spawn in the wild according to the information we have right now, but you are going to be able to hatch them from 5-kilometer eggs. So look out for those IVs, because the two optimal IVs, level 50 and level 51, can be hatchable, let's say. And let's say those IVs, if you have a level 50 Bronzong, compared to a Hondo, you will have power up to level 48.5, if I'm correct. This Bronzong will allow you to pick the Melmetal matchup, and if you have the rank 1, you can even pick the Ampharos matchup. Fourth mon is going to be Combi. So first of all, remember that only the female Combis are allowed to evolve, and the Combi you should look for the 0, 14, 13 for the Great League. It's a mon that adds some let's say some relevancy in the past in some Silph Cups. I don't believe it has some play for the GBL, but if you are playing Silph Cups, and you know it's a rare mon, especially because you need to find the female, and the female is quite rare compared to the male Combi, so that could be an interesting mon to focus on. The next mon is going to be Krogunk and his evolution Toxicroak. So this is a mon everyone knows. Krogunk will be only obtainable through hatches in this cup, but that could be a great way let's say to obtain those XL candies that you will need if you want to build Krogunk XL Toxicroak for the Ultra League, compared to the Endo that used to still max out just under 2,500 CPs. You can bring the XL up to the level 44.5, if I'm correct, and this will allow you to pick the mirror, so that's quite important, and you are going to be able to pick as well the Magnezone matchup, but in exchange you are going to lose against Venusaur. So always, and there is a video from our next guest professor that will more in-depth analyze that, but IVs are always a trade-off. So you need to, let's say, but you should pick the best one given your team comp and your strategy. And for the Great League, you should look for a 1, 15, 15, and keep in mind that Toxicroak has a lot of IV/bait dependent matchup. And just as an example, if you have an attack weighted Toxicroak, sorry, you could pick the Galarian Stunfisk, you could pick the Mandibuzz, and you could pick as well the Azumarill matchup more consistently, because the Azumarill is a bait dependent matchup. Next mon, it's going to be Gibble. So Gibble is going to be obtainable in raids, and I will, of course, in my opinion, that's the most relevant mon that will be in raids next week, unless you don't have a good IV Heatran or you're still looking for the shiny Heatran. But you should put your pass into a Gibble, try to have the 100% IV, because this mon is a beast in Master League, especially in Masters Premier Cup. It's as well a great way maybe to start, if you have a weather boosted red, to start stacking up some XL Gibble candies. So I really advise you to let's say to spend your daily passes on Gibbles. Next we have Grifloan and this evolution Drifbloom. So for the Great League, you should look for a 0, 15, 12. Very good PvP IV Drifbloom allows you to pick the Azu matchup. You need to bait with Icy Wind though. You need to have Icy Wind shielded, but you can pick as well the Mountain matchup, the Alolan Marowak matchup, and the G-Fisk matchup. So I really advise you to look out for a very good PvP IV Drifbloom for the Great League. Same with the Ultra League. We used to have the Undo Best Buddy as the optimal way to go. This is a mon where I think the XL version is better, because you can pick several additional matchup. So you should look out for the 1-15-15 at level 50, and you have as well the 0-15-15 at level 50.5 if you want to go a bit higher in the levels, and very good PvP IV. Grifloan is going to allow you to pick the Shadow Abomasnow matchup, the Empoleon, and the Snorlax matchup, and the Tangrowth matchup as well. Keeping in mind that the Tangrowth can be picked up as well if you power up your Undo up to the level 43 point off. Next mon is going to be Sheldon. So very interesting mon, especially because now that they released the XL mons, you can power up a Sheldon up to the level 50 with the following IV, 0, 15, 14, and this will allow you to pick Meganium and Venusaur matchup, because you will survive, for example, the Earthquake from the Meganium, but as a trade-off you are going to lose the Munchlax matchup. So really I will advise you to focus on Sheldon, because you will be able to catch some in the wild, so that could be a great opportunity to find those optimal IVs if you want to build a level 50, and especially to start stacking up some XL candies, because I don't know for you, but I rarely see a Sheldon in the wild. Next mon is going to be Skorupi, and this evolution Drapion. So here for the Great League, you should look for the following IV. So the 2, 15, 14 is the rank 1, and the very good high stat product Drapion can pick the Lickitung XL and the Umbreon matchup. For the Ultra League, we used to have the Undo, that was I think around 2450, so around this area, but now you can power up a 0, 15, 15 up to above the level 40. The Undo, if you decide to go with the Undo, it's going to be max out at the level 41.5, and the new optimal IVs will allow you to pick Abomasnow, Charizard, Gallade, and Cresselia, but as a trade-off you are going to lose Kingdra, you are going to lose Granbull, and you are going to lose the Obstagoon matchup. So here it's a bit pick your poison, which matchups you want to pick. And last but not least, we are going to talk a bit about Snover and this evolution Abomasnow. So for the Great League, you should look for 0, 15, 15. Abomasnow has a lot of IV dependent matchups, so depending on the IVs of the Abomasnow, you are going to be able to pick, for example, Cresselia and Shadow Machamp matchup. But if you have the rank 1 or a very good PvP IV, you reach a defensive bulk point, and this will allows you to pick the Wigglytuff matchup. For the Ultra League, so the new optimal IVs should be at level 50, 3, 15, 14, or at level 51, 1, 15, 14. In my opinion, I still think that the Undo that you will power up to the level 44.5 remains the best choice for the Ultra League, because you are going to be able to pick the Shadow Abomasnow matchup, the Gallade matchup, the Gengar matchup, the Magnezone matchup, the Lapras, and the Snorlax matchup. Those last two, you can as well pick them up with the new, let's say, optimal IVs. And last but not least, if you look at the collection challenges for the next week, you have Shadow Snover as as one of the mon that you'll need to catch in order to complete this collection. So that means that Shadow Snover should be more available in Rocket Stops, and Shadow Abomasnow is an amazing mon, both in Great and Ultra League. So I will as well advise you to go and to try to do as much Rocket stops as you can to try to find a good Shadow Snover, and then just pray that Niantic will release Frustration event soon so that you can TM away Frustration. As a conclusion then, in my opinion, you should really focus on the, let's say, the 4 months for this event. Top priority should be, in my opinion, to Sheldon, because he has like now a level 50. You can and it's very rare to so you should stack on XL candies, on candies, and try to look for a great PvP IV. Second mon will be Gibble, because it's still though a rare mon, and you should look out for 100% IV to use in Masters Premier. Ideally, I will say that you should go out and try to have 2 and 100% IVs. One that you will use directly, and another one that you will keep for a potential community day at some point, because I truly think that we will have at some point a Gibble community day. Third mon will be Grifloan, because as you can see with the introduction of the new Grifloan XL, we should try to stack on some XL candies and look out for a good PvP IV one. And the last one, in my opinion, it's Snover. So I know that we had like a lot of spawns during the Christmas event about Snover, but it's going to be as well another opportunity for you to catch some XL candies for Snover. So I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe, to like our content, and to stay tuned as we are going to cover more topics very soon. Bye.